Hey guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today's cake is TinkerBell. But before we get into TinkerBell, I want to give a shout out to Anna, who is cooking with Karma. She's made these awesome cake pops, Princess Pops and a Spider-Man cake pop. Check her out. Love her work. Tell her Chopper sent you. I've started off with a butter cake and I evened that out in the tin. You can see I've just cut the top off to keep it flat. Using some banana blast topping in my butter icing. I think it gives a cool fruity flavour. When you're making something for kids, you want to make it as fun as possible. Now you can get this template of TinkerBell off Cakes by Chopper's Facebook page. Just go to the photo album and look at templates. Now when you're cutting your cake, make sure your knife is vertical so you get a nice flat edge. This creates a better looking cake when the finished product comes along. You'll see. As I take away the edges, be sure to cut them into sections. This way you can keep it nice and neat. I find this is the easiest way. If anybody knows a better way, please drop a comment below and let me know. I just find this works easiest for me. Give it a nice big lathering of the banana buttercream in the middle. I think the pink and the yellow go really well together. You can change these colours up. You don't even have to choose the banana flavour. It's up to you. It's whatever your kids enjoy. Go around, cover the cake entirely. Not being too careful because this is going to be covered again with icing or fondant, whichever you like to call it, and then piped hair details on the top. So here's the white icing. I used a little bit of pink and you can see a swipe of yellow, and I think that gives a really great skin tone for cartoon characters. And I was really paying attention to TinkerBell's colours here, so I had to get it just right. When you roll it out, make sure you've got a big space at the bottom to cover the bottom of the cake. Then you just cut out her hairline, and I use the stencil to draw on the cake where her hairline sits where I want it to be. These little tips just make it so much easier when getting the proportions right. Lay your fondant over the top, push it around. I messed up here and got it over her hair, so I had to do a little bit of a quick fix. You'll see here once I cut the excess away, I'll trim the side. It's up to you whether you want to be that pedantic. I like to be because I have an idea in my head how the cake's going to come out. Now once we've marked out where the face is going to be on the fondant, I use the template to cut out the eyes, place them on, just cut out the general shape and clean it up with a impression tool. Once you get these on, you can leave the template on the cake to get the right positioning for where the eyes sit. And so I'll just do that there, pop it on. Once that's on, go and clean it up till you're happy with it. Then I grab some gel food dye and a really fine paintbrush, and I paint on the blue in her eyes. I really like the layering effect of using the gel food dye on her eye and then the black piping gel over the top. See, I think it just really makes her eyes pop. Same thing with her lips. Just get a really fine brush, paint on where the lips are, and then once it's finished, we'll pipe over the top. With the buttercream, this is following her hairline from the template. Just layer it until you're happy with it. I put on a lot here. You don't have to necessarily do that, just as long as you get those lines in her hair. And we'll worry about the outside border to the last thing until you've got to be happy with how the hair looks before we start on the side. Here's the black piping gel that I used from the supermarket. You can see it gives a nice thick black line which is very animated looking, and I think it really suits this type of cake. With the lashes, I just went and drew them in and then used a wet brush to make them a bit finer on the edges. There was actually a bit of a mistake here where I dropped the piping gel into the hairline, and I just used a wet brush to fix it. So if you have an accident like that, don't stress, you can always just rework it. Using the brush, go around, fix up all the edges, and I saved a bit of white fondant to create the hairband. Dyed it blue. My mum suggested that it go green because it's TinkerBell, but I went with the original colour of blue. I just finish off the sides. With the hair, I followed the hairline at the side, and the bun I just went back and forth in a zigzag. And there you have a TinkerBell. Great for any little girl's party. I hope you guys enjoyed this cake. I had a lot of fun making it, and we'll see you next time on Cakes by Chopper. If you like this track, please check out danosongs.com for the royalty-free music.